Hello everyone, so today we are in the Nashville downtown. As you can see behind me, I am standing right in the center of the Broadway street and we are just here in the country music capital of the world. But Nashville is so much more than that. With its hot chicken as well as being the Athens in the south, there is so much to Nashville in terms of food, art and culture. So in terms of food, I'll just go around and show you one of my very favorite places, and that is Hardy B's Kitchen. So this was Hardy B's, my friend, one of the best hot chicken you can have in the country, obviously in Nashville. Lucky for me, I got something to go, but definitely I would say it's worth a visit. You can find out based on your time if you want to wait in the queue, maybe it could be an hour or so, or if you just want to take away, but trust me, the taste is gonna be the same and it's gonna be worth your time. So definitely stop by at Hardy B's. It's a must stop at Nashville and have some really hot chicken wings. So here I am at the Biscuit Love, you can see behind me, and there is a queue, so I wasn't to my surprise. I'm really excited to try their southern style breakfast. I'm a big fan of biscuit and gravy, and this is 100% homemade biscuits, so let's see if it's worth the wait. At Biscuit Love, it was definitely unique. It was more crunchy from the outside and soft from the inside, so it was a unique taste. Besides that, what stood out for me were their bonnets. They were out of the world, they were really tasty, so I would definitely come by and stop at Biscuit Love. The queue and the lines could be a little overwhelming sometimes, as you can see behind me. There's still a huge queue, so if you do not have a lot of time on your plate, then I would also suggest you to just place the order and take it away. The taste will be absolutely same, so that's also an option that you may have. I also got myself a little poster as a souvenir to go, so definitely this is the place you should or must visit when you're here at Nashville. So here am I at the Goo Cluster shop. The most famous thing about this Goo Cluster shop, candy shop, is the fact that it opened about 100 years ago. In fact, in 1912 to be precise. And this was one of the first candy shops or candy bars which had more than one principal ingredient. For example, marshmallow, caramel, nuts, you name it, and you just got everything in this one candy. So this is the speciality of Goo Cluster candy, as you may all know. But I am here at this shop, at the birthplace of Goo Cluster candy, and this is just so much more than food. Please do make sure that you visit the Goo Candy Cluster shop, because this is not just food, this is the whole experience. I bought a set of candies and souvenirs for my friends and family, so you can go about and do the same. And see you on our next stop. Since the earlier days of vinyl records, Nashville has produced some amazing hits in the world of country music. And today, travelers from all across the world visit this musical pilgrimage to experience what we call the Nashville sound. I am today at the Musical Hall of Fame Museum. This museum is one of the world's largest as well as most active museums in terms of collecting artifacts of the country music. It does not only have the galleries, but it also has a 700+ seating CMA theatre, the Taylor Swift Education Center, and the world famous Hatshow print store as well in it. So I am at Parthenon Nashville, which stands proudly as a centerpiece of this Centennial Park and Urban Park here at Nashville. So behind me you can see Parthenon, which is a full-scale replica of the 42-foot Parthenon back in Greece, Athens. And most of the times people have asked the question as to why exactly do we have a Parthenon here at Nashville? Well, I was curious about the same, so I did a little bit of digging around, and the most convincing answer what I've found so far is the fact that it represents the traditions here at Nashville. Also, it portrays Nashville as the center of ideals of art, culture, education, and obviously music. So definitely come by here if you want to appreciate the architecture as well as the art. But you can also spend some time here away from the hustle bustle of the Broadway street as well as the neon jazzy lights, and just can immerse yourself into the calmness and the peace of this Centennial Park. So this is the farmers market here at Nashville. This year-round open place provides retail space for farmers, artisans, non-profits as well as small businesses here at Nashville. This lively place has a huge variety of local foods, produces, crafts, classes as well as chef's demo. One can easily get confused as to what to purchase with so many options. So the trick is to just move around, see what's out there for yourself and find out what really tempts or suits your taste buds and appetite. I definitely enjoyed roaming indoors as well as outdoors, so one must make a stop whenever you're here at Nashville because there's something for everyone at Farmers Market. This is the Grand Ole Opry House. The Grand Ole Opry is a weekly American stage concert that captures country music since 1925. It's a 1-hour radio barn dance on WSM, and this is currently operated and owned by the Opry Entertainments and has been the longest running radio broadcast in the US history ever. The stage claims to capture the past, present as well as the future of country music and also connects various musicians with their fans. There are two ways that you can experience this Opry House. Number one, being the fact that just attend a live concert or a live show weekly. You can purchase tickets ranging from about $80 to $150, or you can also take a backstage tour that just costs you $35. So definitely if you want to go about and experience the country music or the history behind it in Nashville, this is your place to be. There are also many other tourist destinations that you can cover when you're on your way to Opry House. For example, the Aquarium, Madame Tussauds of Nashville, as well as the Gaylord Resort and Conventions. So definitely it's worth a visit to this place or this part of Nashville and experience the country music firsthand. So this is the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center, and it's one of a kind because of its internal gardens and convention center that you can see. It's massive and it's beautiful. It's beautifully lit at the moment. There are about 2,800 plus rooms within the hotel and it's huge. The entire garden area is covered with AC, so I'm just massively awestruck at the moment. What you can do is just look around, come here, and this is absolutely for free. You can also take a boat rental as well as go inside and see all of these gardens, and yes, it is so big that you can take the boat and visit around. So definitely this should be a must-stop place in your Nashville itinerary because this is so different and you can just enjoy, click some nice amazing pictures, again immerse yourself into the nature and enjoy the beauty of this hotel. So this is where I am at the John Siegenthaler Pedestrian Bridge. This bridge spans across 960 meters long and it connects the downtown Nashville to the residential area of East Nashville. This was initially made in 1907 and 1909, and in 1998 it was first closed to the automobile traffic. And since then, it boasts to be one of the longest pedestrian bridges in the world. So this is definitely an iconic landmark that you must visit when you're on your trip to Nashville. But besides its architectural importance, you can also have one of the most amazing views of the downtown right behind me, as you can see, of Nashville. So hello everyone, this is the world famous Honky Tonk Highway at the Southern Broadway Street. As you can see behind me, there are n number of honky tonks. And what exactly a honky tonk, for those who don't know? Basically it's any bar or club that has country music in it. And for sure you won't have any scarcity when you're visiting Nashville. So hate it or love it, but you're definitely gonna end up in one of these honky tonks during your visit to Nashville. These clubs and bars have given birth as well as fostered many musicians along its course of life. And some of the very famous singers who have played here in these streets are Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, Johnny Cash, and many of them.
Carolina boy will take you down to Fifth City. You know who you are, I ain't gonna name names. Just keep your hands off my country and go back from where you came.
So this brings me to the end of my Honky Tonk Highway tour. I hope you had a good experience of the sound of Nashville through this trip. My heart sinks a beat every time I have to go away from the street, but this is the exact feeling that brings me back right to the Broadway street. So I'm definitely gonna hit the street again with my friends, probably with a bunch of my girlfriends, hoping for a next bachelorette party over here at Nashville. But make sure you do visit with your friends as well as family and visit the Honky Tonk Highway. So just to recap, I think we visited or hit most of the important honky tonks. I think we went to the Rippies, AJ's Good Time Bar, Tootsie's, as well as the Honky Tonk Central. Also, we took a detour to the Printing Alley to visit some of the famous blues bars and clubs over here. So I must say that entire highway has something for every ear, and if you have a taste in a specific kind of music, you'll definitely hit an appropriate bar for your choice. So do visit this highway, do visit the Broadway street and have fun, and let me know in the comments.
From the family tree. Country like women, whiskey and wheels. Yeah, I know this country 'cause I know how it feels. Country like Willie, country like Willie, country like